now let's go back to the pop roster. Real Housewives of Miami. Welcome back to Miami.
Listen, I know you have an intro. Go ahead.
Well, no, I was just going to say that it was canceled back in 2013 amid very low ratings, and I guess people were just not feeling it. Now, Peacock has decided to revive the franchise with some familiar faces, some new faces, and new cast members. Did you see what I did there?
I did.
Because those faces.
Those faces. That's what I can't. I have to have this conversation, and I want everybody to just give me some grace, because I myself am getting somewhat older. And of course I get Botox, and I try to take care of my skin, and I care about how I look. I don't understand what in the world is happening with plastic surgery with celebrities. It's like they are filling their faces to such an extent, like Madonna, for example, filling your faces to such an extent that you're looking like the guy from Saw, like the cheeks, the spiral cheeks.
Yeah.
It's so strange.
That's horrible.
You're distending your face out, and everybody knows why. Why are you doing this? And I don't get it. Is it so bad to just allow yourself to age? Or here's the thing, there's different camps. Again, you've got Dina Manzo, who looks beautiful. She's in her 50s, I believe. Beautiful, stunning. Sandra Bullock, stunning. So they have access to plastic surgeons who can get it right to that extent. Why are people gravitating towards plastic surgeons who are making them look like the person from Saw? Bryan, tell me.
I believe they have this very distorted idea of what beauty is. And if you look at Miami, first of all, in just watching, how many episodes was it? Four or five? Something like that. Mm-hmm. How they all sort of look alike in a weird way.
Creepy.
Yeah, it's just like Marisol looks like, I don't remember the other lady's name.
Kim Kardashian?
Well.
Oh, no. I'm sorry. That's Larsa. Marisol. Elsa? She looks like her mom, Elsa.
Well, she is starting to, but they all sort of, the blondes all really look a lot like each other. And I knew Larsa was heading in the Kardashian camp when she started hanging out with the Kardashians. And that's what happens when you hang out with Kardashians. You want to look like them because you want that level of fame. They want what the Kardashians have. And so people try to look like them to kind of capitalize on that. But you have to realize only the Kardashians can do that. Mm-hmm. Which, by the way, they have a new show coming out on Hulu.
I'm going to be watching that.
But yeah,
I'm going to be watching that.
And I wasn't a fan of Real Housewives of Miami when it was on originally, although Marisol's mother was probably the only reason I wanted to watch. And then, rest in peace, Elsa, because you were fabulous. And
for people who don't know, Elsa got a lot of plastic surgery and truly messed up her face. And she did it back in the day when plastic surgery is not what it is in modernity. Like, she got it a long, long time ago and then continued to do it. But nonetheless, her spirit and her attitude, like, she was the best person on that entire show. She was so wonderful. And I loved Marisol and her interaction as well. So, but to me, I'm like, is Marisol unconsciously trying to, because she misses her mother, is she trying to, I don't know what's happening to her face. I don't mean to be mean, I really don't, Bryan, but I feel like we need to talk about this. Why are people doing this? Why are people so afraid to just allow themselves to age? Is there anyone on that cast? Martina Navratilova, I guess. Is there? Well, and maybe Julia, her wife.
Julia.
That is allowing themselves to just age.
Yeah, and I think naturally. That's about it. Well, Gertie.
Oh, yeah, Gertie, but she's quite young.
She's really young, so she hasn't. I mean, maybe she gets some Botox or fillers.
She's fabulous.
Yeah, the jury was out on her a little bit because of her breakdown at the birthday party. And then, talking with Julia about the loss of her son, and she kind of made that moment about her. But maybe she was commiserating.
I don't know. I don't agree. And I know that's the general consensus, so I have an unpopular take about this. So in the episode, so everybody understands what happened, Gertie goes over to Julia's farm. There's farms in Miami with the goats and stuff. Okay. Goes over to the farm, and she's also arranging a party, or she's for
Julia's birthday.
Right. So she's the planner for that. And she goes over there, and it's not during the party, it's before that. And Julia starts telling the story of how, well, first of all, Gertie asked Julia, do your daughters like the farm? She's got 2 daughters. And Julia says, no, not at all. And she's like, well, do you think it would be different if you had a son or something like that? And Julia starts to get very emotional because evidently Julia did have a son and she lost that son at about 4 months old of age and from shaken baby.
Yeah, shaken baby syndrome.
I guess the nanny, which I have so much to get into on that with you. I have so much to get into. So then, but as she's telling this story, me as a viewer, I'm getting very emotional just because you can feel the weight of it and how much it's still present with her. And I'm starting to cry. So I did not fault Gertie for also beginning to cry. Now, she was a bit dramatic because in the scene, she gets up and she's like, just, give me a minute or whatever. And she steps away. She collects herself. And Adriana, who's there, who may or may not be having some kind of down low flirtation. I don't know what's going on between Julia
There's
and
something. Well, she kissed her on the lips at the dinner party in front of her wife.
And Julia is married to Martina Navratilova, the famous tennis star, who's also an artiste. But anyway, Gertie steps away, comes back, and Adriana and her talking heads is just trashing her for making it all about her. And I can see why you would feel that way, but I got really emotional. That was an emotional story. And so I just think that Adriana is maybe gunning for Gertie. Do you think so?
Maybe. I mean, Gertie is young and she is fabulous. Oh, and let's talk about the other accessory, Kiki. Oh my God, gorgeous. I mean, I just had to say it. She's gorgeous,
tall,
yeah.
beauty.
But I think maybe there might be a little jealousy there. I mean, she also wanted to change sort of the bar decor because she didn't like it. And then she made the comment to Julia that, I put my stamp on it. I did that. And I feel like now you're trying to say that that's mine. And so I do feel she has some weird something going on with Julia. Whether they've done anything, I don't know. Foot rubs, a little kiss on the lips in front of your wife, that unnerved me.
Well, Julia gives Adriana a foot massage because Adriana's walking around in heels in goat poop. Like, what are you doing, lady? Bringing heels.
Yeah, but I have many friends in my life, and I can't say that I would do that for anyone. Maybe you. You. Yeah. But I don't know if I'd go the route of doing that whole under the leg.
Lord, it was quite the foot rub.
It was. I mean, she did a foot washing ceremony and a massage.
Like she was the Pope, which Martina ultimately says at dinner because Martina did not know that Julia gave this massage to Adriana. And again, there's some down low, it's not even down low flirtation, like something's going on here. And Adriana in her talking heads is saying, yeah, maybe so. We've got something going on. Like we've got chemistry. But Martina doesn't know about the foot massage. Gertie brings it up at dinner and Martina is not happy about it. She's like, you never give me massages and you're out here giving her a massage. What's going on? And then a fight breaks out between Adriana and Gertie.
Yeah.
Because Adriana, maybe she didn't want Martina to know. I don't know what's going on in that. What's going on with these people? I don't know.
I just know that I don't like Miami as much as the other franchises. Either. I mean, I watched it. It was painful at times, I think, for me. I was just like, come on, get to something good. And then the fight broke out at dinner, and I'm like, okay, fine, this is all right. And that even was weird to me. Just how odd, and Gertie just then turning it back on her, and then she wanted to talk about something, but then she didn't want to talk about it because she will only talk about it with people that care for her. And it was just, and I don't know if Gertie had been drinking or not. I mean, I just felt like she went from 0 to 100 in seconds. And I know there is an issue with her and Adriana, but how that manifested in that weirdness, that was probably, they talk about the dinner party from hell from Beverly Hills last year. That truly, I think, was more uncomfortable on a multitude of levels, but yet I was able to get through that easier than I was this Miami one. It's just something about Miami is very off-putting to me.
Well, to me, it feels a lot like conspicuous consumption. Like in Beverly Hills, it doesn't necessarily feel that way. There is a lot of conspicuous consumption, but it's not like they're putting on for cameras. Whereas with Miami, it sometimes feels like that a little bit. Like Alexia feels like she's trying a bit too much. And with Larsa, like I'm trying to dissect the situation with Larsa. I do not believe she makes $10,000 a day on OnlyFans from showing non-pornographic images. I mean, that's just my opinion. And I also don't believe that she's as wealthy as she says. Like, she's selling this house, which is kind of dated, right? And they've had it for many years, and she's trying to get $14 million for it. And the guy's like, I don't think you're going to get $14 million for this because it's dated. And she's looking at other homes that are way too big. And she's like, well, she's selling this house that she has because she wants to downsize because it's too much house. And then she goes to Boca and is looking at an equally as large house. And I'm like, what?
And then why Boca of all places? That just is very weird to me too. When you want to be seen and heard, well, who's going to really see and hear you in Boca? Nobody. I mean, people go to Boca to retire.
Well, and I was looking at the pictures of Larsa from, 10 years ago or whatever, and just the work that she's had done, I felt sad about it. And she's still very beautiful, don't get me wrong. And her images that she shared from OnlyFans are quite beautiful. But I just I wish society would allow women, I wish society would allow for women to feel beautiful as they age, because they are beautiful. It's just a different stage of your life. And you don't have to continue to try to pretend that you're 20 years old or that you look like someone else. It just feels very toxic and very sad to me. And we have a problem. Houston,
we have a problem.
Humanity has a problem. And then Lisa, I don't know what she's doing with her face. She's so young. She's beautiful. But I just feel like she's married to a plastic surgeon who's had an emotional affair, and her face is getting bigger and bigger. And I just want everybody to stop. Am I being mean? I don't mean to be mean. I truly don't. I just want to call it out because it seems so dysphoric to me. I've got body images. We both do, right? And I've struggled with dysphoria and not seeing myself as I actually am. And it's kind of like this reverse dysphoria where you do this stuff to your face and your body, and you look in the mirror and you think it looks good. Yeah. And not that it doesn't. I'm not saying they're not beautiful, but it's like, no, it would have looked better if you. I'm going to stop. Yeah. I'm stopping.
Stopping.
Don't cancel me. Look, I just want everybody to be okay with themselves. And look, I've got fake boobs, Bryan. Don't tell anybody. Okay, I got these implants. And because the reason I had them is because I had uneven boobies. And so I wanted to get implants and just make them even. And I told you, get Botox. I'm all for it. And I've told you, I'm thinking about getting a little lower lift maybe next year. And I'm going to be transparent about it. But the first thing I will say to any surgeon if I do it is, I don't want anybody to know. Like, I don't want anybody to notice a difference. I just want to look refreshed. I want
people to say, oh, she just looks so well rested.
That's right. I just want to, take some of the exhaustion off of my face. Take some of the laxity down here. We don't need this. I'm telling you, we don't need it. It needs to be tucked up a little bit. But other than that, I'm okay at the age that I am. And I'm not, pretending something that I...
Well, you're not also going to go away and come back, in a month after recuperation and look like Jessica Rabbit.
I don't think so.
Well,
but I cannot promise.
Maybe.
I want to look like me.
Oh, we could do a reveal.
Okay. All right. I mean, I'm totally fine to do that. I want to be honest about it. And it's something that I think about. But I would never and I know why they're doing it. They're putting filler in because as you get older, you get little looseness. You get laxity.
Well, and you also cave in here a bit. You sink in here and you sink in under here, which is happening to me right now.
Yeah, you do. And so you got to, I guess that's why they're putting filler in. But I mean, I don't know. I just want you to get rid of the laxity and I will deal with a triangular face. That's caved in. I will be a mantis alien. It's just like a triangle head. But that's fine as long as we don't got the laxity down here. I'm just being very honest. Maybe I'm being a hypocrite too, because I'm like,
well, no.
Why are you doing this to yourself? And here I am.
No, I don't
wanting to do things
you're a
to
hypocrite
myself
because you're not going from 0 to 100. You're doing a little, and I don't think you would be excessive with it or obsessed with it.
Do you think my husband would let me put those fillers
Absolutely
in
not.
Or get a booty? Because I got no booty. Let me tell you something. No booty having lady. That's me. And I see Larsa's booty, and there's conjecture that she's got it, and it kind of looks like it from previous images that she got something done. It looks great. But I asked my husband, well, should I get a Brazilian butt job? And he's like, no, he will not let me get crazy and do anything like that. But I don't know. I just want everybody to be happy. Okay. End of segment.